The operating room aboard the medical vessel Virinox was deathly silent, except for the faint hum of advanced surgical machines and the rhythmic blinking of life monitors. Dr. Ziltrana, a six-limbed Charnakian physician renowned across the Orion spiral, leaned over the operating table, her compound eyes fixed on the barely breathing human lying before her. Commander Jason Rourke of Earth's Vanguard fleet had been brought in minutes ago, his torso shredded by plasma fire, his organs ruptured, bones scorched. Any other species would have died instantly. But somehow, his vitals had held on just long enough for emergency transport. Even so, Ziltrana had seen this before. A wound like this was beyond even her skills. No sentient being had ever survived such trauma. And yet, the human still had a pulse. "I must inform the captain," one of the attendants said. "No," Ziltrana ordered sharply, her mandibles twitching. This is not ordinary. I want to observe. Continue life support." The machines worked furiously, scanning, injecting, stabilizing. But it was the human's own biology that was rewriting the rules. As hours passed, Ziltrana and her team watched in disbelief. The shredded tissues were regenerating, not with the artificial assistance of biogel or nanosutures, but naturally. The heart, punctured in 3 places, began sealing itself. The lungs, once collapsed, reinflated and oxygenated on their own. Damaged bone marrow pushed out fresh blood cells at a pace that defied known science. "This is impossible," Ziltrana muttered. The other alien doctors, some from the Lorith Collective, others from the Yalari Syndicate, stood in silent awe. They had seen regeneration among lesser species, geckoid lizards regrowing tails, slug things reattaching limbs, but never a complex, sentient life form recovering from death. "His brainwave activity is stabilizing," the monitor announced in its calm, automated voice. Ziltrana moved closer, placing a scanner near Rourke's temple. "He's regaining consciousness." The human's eyes fluttered open. Blue irises focused, unfocused, then locked onto hers. Despite the tubes, the pain, and the blood, a smirk played across his lips. "You're not one of our nurses," he croaked. Ziltrana stepped back, momentarily caught off guard. "You should not be awake. Or alive." "Yeah, well," he coughed, "humans are stubborn like that. You suffered a Class 9 trauma. That's final. Irreversible." Rourke tried to sit up, but winced. "Doc, I've had worse. You regrew parts of your heart." He gave a dry laugh. "I was saving a kid. Maybe that helps." Ziltrana blinked. There was no scientific explanation for this. It was as if his cells knew he wasn't allowed to die. Something ancient, primal, coded into every strand of his DNA, screamed, "Not yet." She called for isolation protocols. The room was sealed. A security drone hovered silently in the corner, ready in case of breach. Hours later, Ziltrana sat in the observation chamber, watching the replay of Rourke's healing process. Frame by frame, his cells seemed to communicate, sacrificing themselves in waves, rebuilding tissue like an army that refused surrender. Her assistant, a crystalline being named Voxy, flickered nearby. "Doctor," Voxy said. "There is a theory, among older races. A rumor." "What kind of rumor?" "That humans are not like the others. That they evolved on a world so brutal, even death had to ask permission." Ziltrana leaned forward. "Go on." "It is said their evolution wasn't just about survival, but defiance. That they weren't meant to live long. So their bodies learned to fight extinction tooth and nail." She stared at the monitor, Rourke now sitting up, sipping water, flirting with a nurse. "There's more," Voxy continued. "Some say humans are the only species in the galaxy capable of activating an ancient genetic override in crisis. A do not die switch. That's ridiculous." "Is it?" A week later, Rourke walked out of the med bay on his own 2 feet, a medical miracle. The Galactic Council sent probes. Requests for his DNA poured in from dozens of systems. Scientists offered fortunes for samples. Some worshipped him. Others feared him. But Rourke didn't care. He went right back to his ship, kissed the kid he saved on the forehead, and prepped for his next mission. In a hidden chamber aboard the Viranox, Ziltrana reviewed her final report. Subject: human male. Status: alive. Recovery: impossible, but observed. Theory: humanity may possess the most advanced survival biology in the galaxy. Recommendation: do not provoke. Study further. And above all, never assume a human is dead, until the universe itself confirms it. She stared at the final line, then added a postscript: they don't die because they refuse to. And that changes everything.